And to succeed in becoming optimally productive, we must tune into and optimize this natural set of cycles. Okay, so just like tuning into the relationship with a little baby or with a child, we have to tune into our relationship with our own energy and productivity cycles. So for example, we tend to have more energy, willpower, and focus available earlier in the day. Because we expend our energy and willpower slowly through the day, we don't notice the change real time through the day. Now, the alignment of our highest quality attention and our highest quality actions is key to high productivity. Okay, so just like the baby, okay, wakes up, has some quiet, alert, focused energy, right, then goes into active awake. Well, same thing with us through the day. Actually, same thing with the baby as well. When we first wake up, okay, we have more of our energy, our willpower, and our focus available. We slowly expend it through the day, but we don't really notice until we hit a wall and we don't have it left. Okay, so we have to align this high-quality attention with our high-quality actions to create high productivity. All right, so this has probably been my personal biggest insight in getting a lot of high-value things done, and that is that context creates action. So similar to the way that, for example, beliefs influence specific thoughts, your environment and your social context influence your specific behaviors. And the most powerful impact you can have on your behaviors comes from the environment and context that you create around yourself. Werner Erhard said, context is decisive. Context is decisive. And we'll dive into a lot of ways to get a lot of leverage on ourselves and really, layer different contexts. I'll give you an example. My secret to creating lots of products in my business is to make a commitment to do a live training or a seminar. So, for example, let's say that I want to create a course on how to write powerful marketing copy. If I just say, I think I'll try that this weekend, right, I'll never get around to it. But if I email my list, I do a marketing piece, and I say, in 1 month, on Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to be doing a course on how to create powerful marketing copy, and then I invite a bunch of people to come. I know that the social pressure, the commitment, having just the awareness out there that a whole bunch of people are going to take their time and energy to show up for it, that forces me to prepare, to get ready, and to do it. Okay, truth be told, if I didn't do live training programs, I would probably have 1/10 of the products created that I have right now. Okay, so the context of putting it out there that I'm going to do the live training, that's what gets my butt in gear and gets me into action. It sets up a context for action. And really what we want to do here is we're following the gold upstream. Okay, so we're going from getting golden eggs to raising golden geese. Okay, we're going from money to creating a business that produces it. We're going upstream. From the business that produces it, we're going to the key actions within your business that result in the production of the most value to the most people. Okay, so the further upstream you can think, the better. And I've noticed that when I teach this mindset to people, what they tend to do is they'll go one level upstream. And they'll say, okay, well, great. I'll make a commitment and I'll do a product. So next month, I've got a commitment here. I'll make this product. I'll put it out there and then I'll get my product done. But they don't ask, what's even further upstream than that? Okay, and further upstream than that might be to create a series of products. Make a commitment to do a whole series of products. Or set up a mastermind with a group of 10 other people that are committed to get 10 products done in the next 2 years. Okay, so how much further upstream can you go, even than you thought you could? Because the more layers of context that we put in, the better. Okay, so you've probably heard of dojos and zendos. Okay, a dojo is where martial arts is practiced. A zendo is where Zen meditation is practiced. They're consciously kept clean and free of clutter in order to facilitate the practices that they're used for. The elimination of distraction and interruption from the practice space ensures proper mental focus. Another element is the intentional nature of the rituals and practices performed inside. Productivity multiplies with intentionality and with practice. Again, productivity in a modern business, it's not something that we do automatically. It's like entropy. Okay, complex systems naturally break down. Well, your focus and your awareness and your attention, they naturally break down when they're exposed to email and text messages and social media. And what we have to do is consciously and intentionally set up our own dojo and zendo so that we eliminate distraction, we eliminate temptation, we eliminate things that are easily reachable that take us off course and send us down rabbit holes. Okay, so we have to consciously build our dojo and our zendo. Okay, and we also have to design our rituals. Okay, so if you've been going through Wake Up Productive, right, so focusing your energy on creating habits is another key leverage point in developing high productivity. It takes approximately 30 days of practice, okay, doing it every day, to record a habit into your physical, emotional, and mental behavior. Okay, because the habit involves all three. It's the physical actions, the emotions that you go through, the emotional cycle, and then the mental, the thoughts that you go through. It takes about 30 days of practice every day to record that habit. And the more specific and granular you are in your ritual design, the higher your chances of success. Okay, so if you want to have a powerful habit, you need to design a powerful ritual. And if you want to design a powerful ritual, again going upstream, you need to do it granularly. Okay, so you can't just say, I'm going to start going to the gym every day for the next 30 days. You have to sit down and imagine every single step. When are you going to go? What are you going to wear? Okay, what are you going to do before you go to prepare and make sure you go? What's the route that you're going to take to get to the gym? What's the workout? Are you going to have a trainer? How are you going to measure your results? Okay, so the more effort, energy, and intention that you put into designing your ritual before you start it, the more likely you are to do it. And it's going to be awkward for the first 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days. Okay, you have a lot of habit gravity to fight. But again, the more you design your ritual, the more likely you are to do it. Attend to your incentives. Incentives are those things that motivate us to action in order to get or avoid situations and outcomes. An incentive is created by matching a personal value with the opportunity to achieve it. Right? So incentives are very interesting. If you studied economics at all, then you learned about incentives. And Charlie Munger, who's Warren Buffett's partner, self-made multi-billionaire, he says something very interesting. That if you look behind any crazy human behavior, something that people are doing that just doesn't seem to make sense, you'll find an incentive. And if you don't see the incentive, keep looking, because eventually you'll find it. Russell Ackoff, someone who's developed some amazing kind of systems thinking techniques, he talked about in one of his books that he and a team went to India to try to study the overpopulation issue. Okay, and what he said is, look for an incentive that makes sense. And what they learned is that that each family, each couple in India was having about 4 children. Okay, that was the average, 4 children. And they tried a lot of different, kind of methods to figure out what was going on. And eventually they figured out that for a couple in India, the average couple, it required, on average, 4 children in order to support them when they got older. Okay, so it wasn't something religious. Okay, it wasn't something that was, just purely cultural. It wasn't just a habit. But it actually turned out that you needed 4 children, on average, to support you when you got older. And because India is a very poor country, you needed to have 4 of them, because that was how you were going to take care of yourself. Okay, so 4 children equals supported. That's the incentive that's behind it. And it's really interesting when you start doing this. When you look at anything that someone's doing that looks like it's counterproductive, underneath it somewhere, there's an incentive that's motivating them to do it. Okay, so look behind things for incentives. All right, so let's do a few exercises here. Okay, so first, let's shift our focus to achievement. So I want you to answer a few questions. Okay, so what is most motivating to you in life? Okay, what's most motivating? What do you naturally seek to achieve? And also, it's valuable to just look at your natural style. Are you more motivated by love and approval, power and influence, or by achievement of specific goals? Okay, and to maximize the productivity in your business, we need to switch to an achievement motivation. Right? So one of the exercises we did in one of the reports we did during our launch is to create a vision board and use visualization and affirmation in order to motivate yourself to take specific actions in order to create the value you'll need to build in your business. So because we're switching to an achievement motivation, we want to put pictures and images in our mind of the things we're going to buy with the money that we're going to get when we achieve our goals. Okay? So right now, I'd like to ask you, okay, let's just take 60 seconds. What is most motivating to you in life naturally? Okay, what are you walking through life trying to do? Are you more motivated by love and approval, power and influence, or by the achievement of specific goals? In fact, let's just kind of go over here to go to the group and just get a feel for what we here tend to be most motivated by. Right? What are you most motivated by? Is it more love and approval and affection? Is it more power and influence and control? Or is it more achievement of specific goals? You personally. Okay, Mimi says achievement. Robert says influence. Denise says power and influence. VJ says love and approval, and then a little sad face. Christopher says love and approval. Rocky says love and approval. Deborah says power. Jerry says achievement. Justin says achievement by far. Samantha says power first, love and approval second. Excellent. Paul says financial security. All right, Paul, is it the achievement of a specific goal, or is it the power and control that it gives you over your life, or is it, the love and affection you'll get from others, that financial security? Paul says love and approval. Kevin says achieving goals and approval. Grant says achievement of goals. Andrea says love and then impact. Jesse says achievement. Tim says love and connection. Rodrigo says power in all capital letters. Excellent. Desiree says achievement. Denise says approval. Brian says love and approval. Dan says love and approval. Gail says love and approval. Kevin says achievement. Gregory says achievement. Dennis says independence. Dominic says influence. Jeff says achievement. Matt says achievement. Chris says love and approval. Okay, good. So thank you for answering, everyone. We got a lot of answers here, so we'll just go there. So you can see, it's probably something like a third, a third, a third. Now, I happen to be a power and influence-oriented person, and so the achievement orientation in business, it's something that I really have to work at. If you kind of really look closely at me, what you'll notice is that I like to play the business game so that I can learn how to affect things the most. Okay, I'm more interested in the concepts and the principles that allow me to have a lot of leverage and be able to make very small moves but have big outcomes in the world. I'm not that motivated by money. It's not that interesting to me, really. And so I've had to use a lot of these techniques that I'm teaching you in order to shift my own motivation to getting things done. And in fact, if there's a strong weakness, if you ask the people on my team, they would tell you that I'm not very good at setting goals, making lists of things, and then keeping us on track. I'm way more interested in all the stuff that I'm learning as I'm going through building a business. And if I had more of an achievement motivation, I would be a lot more successful in business. Designing your dojo. Okay, so what is the ideal physical space for you to practice your productivity rituals? What needs to be removed from your current space in order to maximize your productivity? What needs to be added to your current workspace to maximize your productivity? All right, so what do you need to do to create a productivity dojo or Zendo? What do you need to remove, and what do you need to add? Okay, let's take 60 seconds, write down 3 things you need to remove from your environment, and 3 things you need to add. Okay, 60 seconds. Go. Good. You know, for example, I'm very sensitive to sound. If I can hear something making noise around me, it's very hard for me to be focused and productive. So I focus on minimizing the noise in my physical space. Other things are having an internet connection. You know, I've noticed that it really helps if I have to create, you know, let's say an outline for a training. I'll go and turn off my internet connection on my laptop so that I'm not even tempted to go check my email or do something else. Okay, so even simple things like this. All right, so go up to your questions box here and type in one thing that you're going to remove from your current space and one thing that you're going to add to your current space to maximize your productivity. Okay, one thing you're going to remove, one thing that you're going to add. Okay, and something specific, something that's measurable. Okay, we want to shift to this more pragmatic achievement orientation. Okay, so something you're going to remove or something you're going to add that's tangible and physical. Okay, Lisa says, all paper off my desk. Okay, and what are you going to add? Okay, Pascal says, removing email to only 2 times a day. Christina says, remove my phone, add classical music. Excellent. So that would be excellent to do at the beginning of your productivity ritual. Turn your phone off, turn on the classical music. Suresh says, remove cell phone, add headphones. Great. Jeff says, remove the TV and add an additional monitor. Great. Lars says, remove clutter boxes from setting up new office. Michael says, Facebook and a huge clock. I assume that you'll remove Facebook and add a huge clock. Good. Samantha says, paper clutter remove, add clear table space. Great. Gregory says, a cell phone is removed, a timer is added. Holly says, remove the dogs. Good. Desiree says, remove the clutter and add a beautiful vase of flowers. Nice. Lisa says, more metrics on my whiteboard. Great. Rodrigo says, remove the TV and add a door. Yeah, a door can do wonders. Okay, Pascal says, add 1 hour of designated administration time to take care of the miscellaneous things. Excellent. Dave says, file the paperwork, remove the clutter, and sound insulation. Good. Jesse says, remove the clutter from desks, add a big seascape painting of Hawaii. Nice. Nishit says, remove distractions and internet. Beth said, remove piles of articles that need to be filed. Tim says, remove distractions, add a block of time, 90 minutes every morning. Holly says, add a shut door. Lars says, add a rebounder from downstairs so I can energize during my breaks. Excellent. Denise says, remove TV, add a whiteboard on the wall. Rocky says, remove my second computer, add my timer so I can do my 30, 30, and 10. Denise says, I will add my space, a better work environment with candles, low music, which helps me work better. Excellent. Jennifer says remove phone, add timer. Patty says remove internet and cell phone. Good. Grant says remove background noise, add air conditioning. Excellent. Mark says broken printer gone, vision board up. Good. All right, so everyone, thanks for playing here. All right, so make a commitment to yourself to remove the things that you need to remove from your space and add the things you need to add. All right, they're really important. Okay, you deserve it. You deserve to have a really spectacular, kind of almost a spiritual space to work inside of. Whatever works for you is great. Okay, whatever works for you. All right, so now let's design your energy cycle. So first, what is the best way to center and prepare yourself to do a focused 60 to 120 minutes of concentrated value-producing work? All right, is it 10 breaths? Is it 5 minutes of meditation? Okay, is it, doing a little jogging in place? Is it going through a ritual where you shut down your internet connection and your cell phone? Is it talking to a particular person? Is it maybe talking to a personal coach or an accountability partner? What is the best way to transition from your normal life to center and prepare yourself to do a focused 60 to 120 minutes of concentrated value-producing work? Next, what's the highest value work you do in your business that pays off big when you do it in 1 to 2 hour chunks? And then finally, what's the best way to do a focused 30 minutes of relaxation and rejuvenation during a workday? And if you'll notice here, what we're doing is we're building a little miniature energy cycle, okay, where we bring our attention and focus. Okay, we do what it takes to do that. Maybe it's a little 5-minute meditation. Then we do the highest value work for 1 to 2 hours. And then we disconnect from that and we do a 30-minute relaxation and rejuvenation cycle. Relaxation and rejuvenation might be going for a walk. For me, I've got a new daughter in the house. It's extremely rejuvenating and relaxing for me to walk out of, for example, this training. I'll walk out of this training and I will walk out and I'll go spend 30 or 60 minutes with my daughter and my wife, and I'll hang out with them. Okay, it's very rejuvenating. It's a complete channel change from doing training and so forth. Okay, so if you're checking email and voicemail to prepare yourself, and then multitasking with the effort you're doing in your business, and then to relax and rejuvenate, you're doing another, kind of 30 minutes of email and voicemail and text messages, okay, that's not going to get you there. That is not going to be a well-designed energy cycle. Okay, so let's take 60 seconds right now. What's the best way to center and prepare yourself? Then what's the highest value work to do for 1 to 2 hours? And then what's a great 30-minute relaxation and rejuvenation cycle that you could do? Okay, those three. Take 60 seconds to just quickly write them down. Go.